Hello friends and welcome to another Modern League. Today we're going to be playing Burn, the most popular, beloved, well-liked, and amazing deck in the format. Here we are. I think that this list should be familiar to most everybody, considering how universally adored this deck is. There are a couple of things that, like you can kind of choose to play around with. A lot of the four ofs are pretty much set in stone, but Lightning Helix, Searing Blaze, and Skullcrack are some cards that people will generally like shuffle around. You might have some copies in the sideboard. You might have 4 of one and 2 of another. We're running 3 of each of the 3 cards, and that's giving us an even split. And then as far as the sideboard goes, we have some more 3-ofs in Roiling Vortex, Smash to Smithereens, and Path to Exile. And then we've also got some Graveyard Hate with Rest in Peace and Sanctifier en-Vec, and Deflecting Palm to surprise our opponents. If they're trying to come in for massive damage, then we're going to turn that around on them. Now let's head into the queue and find some opponents to play with. And this is a keeper. I mean, I would prefer if one of these lands were a spell, but yeah, definitely keep this. Our opponent is on the mulligan here. Plays a Steam Vents untapped, and Lightning Bolt to kill the Swiftspear. Okay, another land, but this one draws us a card. Only getting 1 damage on the Swiftspear is kind of unfortunate. Is what it is. Here's a Ledger Shredder. Alright, we don't have a lot of damage here. Oh, I love that. It does give them the connive, which is unfortunate. But if I'm really lucky here, maybe they don't have the second removal spell. Maybe they'll have to spend a bunch of mana. Who knows? Combat, sure. Aw, another removal spell. Lame. Well, most of the way there, but we're going to need some more spells. That's a spell. Nice. So they targeted me with the Mishra's Bauble, so they know the card I'm about to draw. Coming in for combat, sure. We're going to use this Skullcrack here, end of turn. Okay, they're going to use the Archmage Charm here to counter the spell. Another Sunbaked Canyon. Unfortunate. Okay, Swiftspear. Cool, cool, cool. Swing in. We'll use the Sunbaked Canyon on the end of the opponent's turn. Draw another card. Expressive Iteration. Okay, so this is going to be a Murktide. Then they can attack for 2. So do we bring in Deflecting Palm in this matchup for Murktide? I already want to bring in a few cards. I think I would probably rather bring in Path. I don't know. There are a lot of options here. Boros Charm? Okay. Light Lava Spike. They're tapped out here. Almost any spell here could win us the game. Come on, deck! Oh. Well, I mean, that's what you play Burn for, are these moments here. Sometimes they're exciting and you get what you're looking for. Other times they really are not. Yeah, we got too many lands on that one. Alright, so lots of choices here on what we can do. We can bring in Path to Exile for their Murktide Regent. We can bring in Sanctifier on en-Vec to remove some of their graveyard shenanigans. Rest in Peace seems kind of good. Pretty much means their Murktides would be uncastable. Like, I'm not sure about Sanctifier. Like, they can't really remove it with their removal spells, but it would be so easy for them to block. You know what I mean? Guess I'll try and get them with a Deflecting Palm here. Okay, yep. Keep this. Hand is very similar to the last one, but we got a Goblin Guide instead. Could you imagine that other game if we had played turn 1 Goblin Guide instead of Swiftspear? We would have won. Okay, the reveal a Ragavan. Zaxman, hello. Reveals Murktide Regent. And then they shuffle. So Murktide is no longer on top. And they kill our Goblin Guide. Okay. Eidolon. Fetch Steam Vents and a Shock. And an Unholy Heat on the Eidolon, another 2 damage. So that's sweet 5 damage there, putting them to 10. They're tapped out. We have lethal here, but we have to get everything to resolve. That's the trick. So let's suspend a pair of Rift Bolts. and spike them. The reveal Eidolon. Go on. Cast it. There's a Ledger Shredder and holding up a counterspell. Ledger Shredder connives. Okay, they discard a Mishra's Bauble. And they go to 1. We got a Skewer. So we got 2 spells for the kill. I think they need to have, like, Spell Pierce here. That's it. Alright, moving on to game 3. We are going to be on the draw, so Eidolon of the Great Revel is not as good on the draw. However, I do think that Eidolon is fairly good versus this deck. They have, a very, very low curve, which, like used to be everyone had a low curve when we were playing with Luris, but not so much anymore. I think these can still get quite a bit of value. We're going to keep them. But that is something you can do as a burn player. Feel free to take your Eidolons out when you are on the draw, because they're not going to be able to get nearly as much damage as turn 2 Eidolon on the play. And maybe it would still be right for me to take those out for Path to Exile or Deflecting Palm. I kind of feel that the Eidolon, though, still has some value. Side out Lightning Helix against Ragavan. What would you bring in? Not a fan of this hand. We have 4 lands, nothing to play on turn 1. Ugh, so painful. Alright, so they're holding up Counterspell here, I guess. I still feel like Searing Blaze is what we're going to do. Spell Pierce. That's a good one. For some reason, it asks me twice. I think it asks everybody twice to pay for these counter spells that require a cost. Not sure why that is. Okay, so this will be card type 3. Then they just need Artifact. And there's the Artifact. So their Darcy is charging ahead at full speed as a 3/3 flyer. And they keep the card on top from the Surveil. That's scary. Another Sunbaked Canyon. Oh, no, not that one. Got a Bolt end of turn here. It looks like that's a no. Maybe they just intend to beat... Oh, come on. Fury? That is not what I wanted to see. And they actually exile the Unholy Heat so that they can cast a Fury without using any mana. And now they can use their mana freely. That's a pretty good turn for them. Do not like this at all. Going down to 7 here. Who's the burn deck now, huh? Geez, if we use these lands, we die. How awkward is that? Alright, all they need is a bolt. Or a blocker. Or a counterspell. Lots of things winning the game. This is a Murktide. So we're looking at losing this game. Let's just see what we draw, though. Another land! Woo! Alright, not lucky that time. Maybe next time. Single land on the play. It could be really good, though. I'm gonna gamble on this one. We'll keep it. Godless Shrine tapped. My turn again. Please give me a land. Nope. All right. Huh. Yep. Oh, really? Okay. I mean, that costs almost their entire hand. That was very expensive to kill my 2 Swiftspears. Okay, we draw them a land, Blackleaf Cliffs. And they play it. Just get that out of the revealed zone. Maria's Call. Okay, they don't actually draw that one. Play Eidolon. Maria's Call. Play it. Go to 4. And they concede. Sweet. Alright, so we don't know too much about the opponent's deck. We know they're playing Solitude. We know they're playing a Sorin. Kind of reminds me of this deck that I played Bad Decks had sent me. Let's bring in Roiling Vortex. They're gaining life, so we want to keep the Skullcrack. Maybe we take out the Eidolons for this one for being on the draw. And then we can bring them back in when we're on the play. Are any of our other sideboard cards better than a singleton Eidolon? I think I'd rather the single Eidolon. Maybe we take out Searing Blaze. Maybe we do that for game 2. Maybe we take out the Rift Bolt for the next game, I mean. Because it's not very good with the Roiling Vortex. In any event, this is the 60 we're going to play for game 2. Land heavy, but it also starts really quick. Not happy with it, but I'll keep it. Damn it. I did not want to see another land on the top of the deck. Reveals Fury. They choose to take the damage, but that pause leads me to believe that they have a March or something, or maybe a Solitude they might be considering to play. The problem with playing Swiftspear here is if we do that, then they're just going to Fury, kill both of our creatures. So we're going to hold the Swiftspear back. Attack for 2 with the Goblin Guide. Or they are eating. Yep, that is a thing. I mean, I pause quite often because I'm talking to chat or looking something up on the internet. Just because there's a pause doesn't mean that doesn't mean much. So they respond to my fetch to cast Kaya's Guile. Okay, yeah, that's pretty strong. And a bolt. Alright, let's do some more damage. Down to 10. Another Kaya's Guile? No, another March. So they gain 2. They've gained 6 life so far. And here's a Lotus Field. Wild. And another land! Oh, come on! This is brutal! I want 3 lands, not 7. What is this even? Solemn Simulacrum. Haven't seen this in like a decade? Well, at least it's not gaining life. Cleansing Wildfire. Jeez. I guess Wildfire is pretty good with flagstones. Kaya's Guile, all the modes. They've gained a lot of life. Gained like 10 life, I think. Alright, just need another Boros Charm. That's so much mana. I think this is the first time I've ever seen Amaria's Call cast. So this puts us to 11, and that's 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh my god. This is actually lethal. So we could kill this, but that draws them... Oh, it's indestructible. Not a fan. Come on, Boros Charm. Lightning Helix would also be okay. How about a Rift Bolt? That was a lot of Kaya's Guile. Those were really good. And we didn't find any of our Skullcracks to be able to stop their life gain. Alright, let's try this again. 2 lands, no turn 1 creature, but we have a Roiling Vortex. The Sunbaked Canyons are kind of a pain. Opponent on the mulligan this time. Okay, so they're sticking at 6. Taking a lot of pain on these Sunbaked Canyons. Played that without thinking. I might have wanted to hold it for the Searing Blaze. Alright, so we're going to hold up a Roiling Vortex here so they cannot gain life. There's a Skullcrack. Just pass back. Down to 4. Almost locked under our own Eidolon here. Puts them to 1. Skullcrack you. Well, they're definitely having some trouble with this decision here. Alright, so they're going to March of Wretched Sorrow their own creature. In order to gain life. So we're not going to be taking this damage, but we do have Roiling Vortex to stop the life gain. So we'll go to 1 here. Yeah! Burn wins. Not a huge fan. We don't have the turn 1 creature, but I'll keep it. If we get lucky, maybe we have a target for our Searing Blaze turn 2. Forest Island Mountain. Play a creature. Play a creature. Not a Wrenn and 6. They play an Explore. And that's it. No critter. Alright, so we get a Foothills here, so we have a land for the Searing Blaze later. I think probably the best thing for us to do is to play like a Boros Charm. Because then on next turn, we're going to be able to play a 2-mana spell and a 1-mana spell. Then the question becomes, do we play it now? Or do we hold it for later? Don't know exactly what the opponent is playing. I assume it's some sort of... I kind of assume it's going to be creativity. Let's take a look at this list here that MTG Goldfish kindly gave to us. So they do have Spell Pierce in the list. They have Explore. They do have Wrenn and 6. Their creature is Prime Time. So we're probably going to want to take out the Searing Blaze for our sideboarded matches. Thank you, MTG Goldfish. And thank you, Kallenhaus. 8 months here. Play with blue-white, please. Are you talking about in Modern or in Pauper? Either way, I mean, that is a big ask. I'll see what I can do, though. Right, they play Spell Pierce, so I'm going to want to pass. Okay, now... Oh, hold on a second. Oh, I hit 6 instead of 2! I wanted to respond to that fetch. Regardless, they tap their land here, so now we can resolve this Boros Charm without worrying about Spell Pierce, and pass back the turn. Blue, white, and modern. So you want me to play Azuria's Spirits. Okay. Got it. No, no! I want Azuria's Control. A proper deck. Okay, Searing Blaze does hit the dwarves, so that's not the worst. This is a different deck from the one that MTG Goldfish was showing us. And I think we just lose to this. That's a pain. Guess we could bring in Path. Searing Blaze, I mean, it does get the dwarves, not the worst. Not great, though. It's kind of, like, conditional. We really need to, like, hold it, have a fetch. This is not a great matchup for us, I think. Single land hand with 2 Path to Exile. I hate this hand. Okay, another single land hand with only 1 Path to Exile. And this time our land produces both colors. Guess we could get rid of the Eidolon as the only card we can't really cast. Hey, a land. Gonna get another white source here. I'm not too scared about my life total. I kind of feel like if they accomplish their creativity combo, then I pretty much just lose on the spot. Unless I have, you know, like Path to Exile or Skullcrack or something to be able to interrupt what they're doing. Okay, another Explore. Play a Bloodstained Mire. And they're pretty much ready to go, huh? Well, let's see if we can kill. Need a Lightning Bolt or a Lava Spike or something like that off the top. How about a Sunbaked Canyon? No, no, deck, that is not lethal. I almost want to keep this Lightning Bolt so that we can, like, bolt a dwarf. So maybe they can't go for their creativity. Okay, now cast Creativity. Be greedy. Let's see that maximum greed, opponent. These bolts are instant, so let's wait for them to react. They have blue mana here. Tap your mana. Nice. Wow, this hand sucks. Look at all those lands. Okay, keepable. Ditch a land here. I probably should have kept the Vantage. Or sorry, the Canyon over the Foothills. Reveals Spell Pierce. Okay, that's a good one to know about. Okay, they do fetch, so no Spell Pierce. Oh wow, and for the first time they're not playing something on turn 2. Reveals Explore. No free lands for the opponent. Plan here is to use this Rift Bolt to suspend it on my second main. I guess it's possible, though, that I use this Lightning Bolt, like if they try to, I don't know, shock the Swiftspear somehow. We are seeing the fetch for the basic mountain. And they're going for the Lightning Bolt on the Swiftspear, so yeah, we can't save it. But Goblin Guide is getting in for some good damage. They've fetched, so like the Explorer is gone too, isn't it? Got 7 damage in hand. Okay, so they actually do get a land draw here with this Goblin Guide attack. Everything in our hand is instant speed. Let's just pass the turn. Oh, they're gonna fire the Goblin Guide post-combat. That is a thing you can do. Interesting. Fetch. Use that fetch land, opponent. I dare you. I double dog dare you. Eidolon. That's interesting. I don't think I go for it, though. Like, if I play Eidolon, kind of feel like I leave myself open to creativity and lose. Whereas this way, if they use that, use the fetch land here, sorry, Scalding Tarn, we can maybe just win? They did have the Spell Pierce. Now I look like a chump. Okay, Lightning Bolt puts them to 2. They only have 2 cards in hand. Let's try for this spike. They got a Spell Pierce. We'll pay for it. Oh, no way. They have another thing? Flusterstorm? Okay, they're empty-handed, though. So they have to draw creativity off the top. I think that was definitely way better than, like, letting the Spell Pierce resolve than trying Skullcrack. We would have had both of our spells countered. Oh, wow. Yep. Go to 1. Here's another Dwarven Mine. I mean, 1 and 2 are basically the same thing. Hey, blind? Yeah! They just scoop it up. They don't even need to see what's in our hand. We could have just had garbage here. Alright, we're on the draw with a 1-land hand. I mean, I do like the Goblin Guide. I love the Helixes. Helixes seem really good in this matchup. And we're on the draw. Yeah, MHayashi is another content creator. Check them out on YouTube. I think their channel is Magic... was it Magic Matt? You can look up, like, MHayashi on YouTube and check out some of their red decks. They really specialize on, like, Obosh and Urza Saga red decks. Oh yeah, Satan Raken is a genius with familiars. Swamp? Oh, that's a shocker. I definitely did not expect turn 1 Swamp. MHayashi says hi back. Hey, thanks for the follow, friend. Fair enough, fair enough. I mean, like, my experience with MHayashi has been the red Urza Saga decks, but here we are. Get rid of Searing Blaze. MHayashi the black this time. Awesome. I think we'll get rid of Helix. Can't cast it. Oh, I gotta let it resolve first. There we go. No land. So they have a spell bomb coming up. Get the skewer. Pass. Fetch land would have been nice there. Castle Lochthwain. And, okay, I mean, it's a card we can play. Here's a Swiftspear. Reveals Murderous Rider. Wild! Here's a Swift and Veer Goblin Guide. Oh no, and this thing has lifelink. Oh no. Well, I think this is our last opportunity here to draw a fetch land, or any land that produces white mana, so that we can potentially get rid of this. If they cast that, that is a big problem. Yup, here it is. Okay. And I think they do still have another one. Because if I recall correctly, we revealed one on the top of their deck, and then they cast one. So I'm pretty sure this is in their hand. Not fun. March for, what was that, for 4? For 3. Okay, March for 3. Still, not fun. So we got 12 damage here. Nearly enough. But if they have another Murderous Rider, yeah, they can potentially start gaining that life. And I think... Is this Polluted Delta, that Polluted Delta? I think so. Stupid Cling to Dust. Well, if they keep on, if they continue trying to cling, at least we have that, and then the Eidolon can maybe swing in to mitigate the life gain from the Rider. Blast Zone. Another Murderous Rider, get out of town. Wanted to mitigate the life gain, but no such luck. Just like randomly has this 3-mana 2/3 that is murdering my deck. What? For 7? No! The life gain is so relevant. Alright, GG on that one. Oh my god. That was nuts. Wow. Let's bring that in. Protection from black. Do we want to bring this in for the life gain? I mean, we already have Skullcrack. They got a lot of life gain. Hey, Cooper, I have a question about Yawgmoth Sideboard. I saw in the last big tournament there were 2 Turok now in Yawgmoth Sideboard. Do you know what they are for? I assume it's for Solitude. So if you're playing a matchup versus like a control deck, then their removal becomes bad. Like their Teferis and whatever just aren't very good versus a Turok. Target player discards a card. I think I'll get rid of Helix. Maybe Vortex. I'll get rid of Vortex. Yeah, that makes sense. Versus blue-white and Omnath. Oh, what? Wrench mine? Just get rid of my whole hand? Alright, they're at 4. Put some pretty good pressure on here. A Ratchet Bomb, yep. Spell? Spell? I could Searing Blaze my own creature, and that makes it lethal? MHayashi says, no early removal makes this a quick game. Yep. I mean, the discard was okay, but fortunately, I had those Swiftspears. Really land heavy, but I think it's just keepable. Nice. Just like non-land. Nice. Any spell drawn that's not a land here. Loving it. Here comes a Fatal Push. No, a March. So they get to gain 2, kill our creature, but they also lose 2 cards. There's a Ratchet Bomb. Paladin on Vec, or Sanctifier on Vec. So we play the Sanctifier, they're going to start, like, getting that Ratchet Bomb up towards it. I mean, same thing with the Vortex, really. It is a very good answer. We don't get to keep this Sanctifier very long. Discard 2 lands. So what do we play here? Do we play the Boros Charm, or do we play the Lightning Bolt Lava Spike? I think playing the, let's see here, playing the Boros Charm is better if we draw any creature off the top. Playing the 2 spells is better maybe if we draw Eidolon? And I think it's better to play the Boros Charm even if we get land. Yeah, let's just play the Charm. We can do it on their turn. Oh, that's right. Thank you. Nice username. That is an excellent point. We could use the Boros Charm to save the Sanctifier if we wanted. We do have a long way to go. Keeping a Sanctifier might be a big deal. Let's see if they do let us on tap. Very kind of them. Boros Charm flavor text. Every once in a while, you can cast a Boros Charm, and you don't do the damage. Okay, with the Roiling Vortex, this is not the worst. We can prevent their life gain. I'll discard a Roiling Vortex. 1 for 1. We'll use the Vortex here. No life gain. I think with the Vortex, we just go ahead and skewer their face. I could have killed the Rider, but it can't block my creatures. It's not gaining life. Oh, come on. Alright. Lose our Sanctifier. Put him to 2. Each player discards a card. Sure. They discard a Pluto Delta. I discard nothing. They choose to attack. We'll activate the Vortex. No life gain. Pass the turn. Eidolon of the Great Revel. So we could play the Eidolon. Maybe they make us sack it. They lose the Lily. We're gonna take a pain from the Vortex. So we go to 5, 4, 3. Still seems like a pretty good position. Maybe I should have left this in hand, you know. Okay, it's fine. They I was thinking like if they had another what is that, March of Wretched Sorrow, I could have been absolutely blown out here. This is fine. Cool. Managed to win with the Roiling Vortex. Good games, MHayashi. One land, no creature. It's a Sunbaked Canyon. Do not like this hand. This hand I like. We'll keep this. Get rid of. Thinking the Helix. Just go for maximum damage. Hey, bench! That is nearly a very nice raid. Thank you so much for bringing your viewers over here. Hello everybody. My name is Cooper. We're playing some Magic today. It's modern, and we're playing the most beloved deck in the format, Burn. So sit back and enjoy as we top deck our way towards victory. P-Wave, awesome. Thank you. Always. Mortalate, feel free to send me a link in chat. I would love to hear it. I don't currently have any more VIP slots, or I would give one to you and one to bench. But yeah, feel free to send me a link in chat in Whisper. Sorry, send me a Whisper and I'll take a look at it. All right, where were we? We could go double spell. I think going Boros Charm is slightly better though, because then next turn we can potentially Searing Blaze and 1-mana spell. Or we can just hold the land and play both of these spells. Alright, we're going to go for this. That's fair. I guess it doesn't matter. I mean, you could have fired it, but I guess they want to draw that card. Yeah, looks like Rhinos. Here comes Rhinos. Alright, so we got a target for our Searing Blaze. But it looks like our Swiftspears aren't going to be doing too much in the future. They were like, I don't care about your Swiftspear. I'm going to have a pair of 4/4s. I can just block it. Unfortunately, nothing is free. Down to 8. Okay. More Rhinos. So we need a Boros Charm off the top. Let's go Boros Charm. Nope. Bolt your face, bolt your face, bolt your face, and I'm out of gas. Yup, that's the burn. It's the way it happens sometimes, friends. So yeah, we could draw a card, play a land, but we just do not have lethal available. Let's bring in Roiling Vortex, bring in Deflecting Palm, take out Skullcrack and Searing Blaze, I think. Oh, the Fire Blast! Damn! That's one of the problems playing this deck in Modern. You don't get any Fire Blast, but opponents don't get access to Hydro Blast, so that works out. One land hand on the draw. That's pretty risky. We've got a pretty juicy hand, though. I'm going to gamble. Price of Progress, yes please. Ooh, Force of Negation. Yeah, that would be pretty good. Land. Not that lucky. Playing the slower version of Pauper Burn. I mean, we still got Swiftspear. I mean, quite a few of the cards we have in common. Swiftspear, Lightning Bolt, Rift Bolt, Skewer the Critics, Lava Spike. I like to have a copy of Lightning Bolt in every one lander I keep with Burn. Got 2. Alright, let's get that land this time. Come on, Mountain. Crud. Well, I guess we lose. But there's always more magic. When you're playing Burn, the games go quick, the matches go quick, and there's always more if you have the time. Hey, we found the land. So let's see here. That's 6 damage. I mean, it is lethal, but they almost certainly have the Violent Outburst. If we play the Vortex, they'll just respond with Outburst. I'm thinking maybe we just, like, attack with Swiftspears. If we lose them, we lose them, and we can Deflecting Palm one of their Rhinos on their turn. Oh, that's right, they did suspend Rhinos. We could not attack and suspend Rift Bolt. I mean, only if we cast both at the same time, and that's up to us. 5 cards left in hand. This could be lethal. Let's go for it. Nice. What do you think about that, Manu Chao? Two lands, Eidolon on the draw, a little bit worse, but I think it's still keepable. Oh, Sanctifier and Rest in Peace are for different things. So Sanctifier is for like Croxa decks, Shadow, stuff like that. And then Rest in Peace is for Living End. Because Sanctifier does basically nothing versus Living End. Also for Dredge. Pretty good use of Dead. Rip is there to hurt the 2 people who are still playing Hardened Scales. So that would be Mr. Siri and who? Mengu went 5-0 today with Scales. Wow. Path to Exiles, I mean, it depends what we're up against. We could bring them in against Tron for their Worm Coils. We could bring them in versus... what did we just play against? Creativity. Crap. Oh, I guess we lose. GG, I guess. Yeah, we still got a positive league. It would have been nice to go 4-1. But it is what it is. Alright, so this is the deck we were playing today. Modern Burn, the most adored and universally loved deck to ever be created in any card game ever. This is a deck that both beginners and experts are going to be able to play and do quite well with. And while we didn't necessarily do fantastic today, no trophies, I know, I mean, we still went even, and we had a lot of fun doing it. Would I recommend this deck to people playing Modern? Absolutely, 100%. I think that it is one of the most enjoyable decks that you can play in the format. And I know, like, I kind of joke around about, Modern being beloved, but I honestly feel this way about the deck. The feelings that you can get while playing this, the excitement, the depression, it's significant. Um, this deck can really toy with you, like depending on how your top decks run. They can run super, super hot and you can feel unbeatable. Or you can run incredibly cold and just feel like you can't do anything to win the game. And, some people aren't going to be able to appreciate that, and I understand. But if you are the type of person that enjoys riding a roller coaster, then this could be the deck for you. Highly recommend it if you're looking for a deck in Modern or in Pauper. And yeah, I will, continue to play it here and there. If it means anything to you, this is the only deck that I own on Moto in Modern. That's saying something.